how to maintain a perfect client manager, a perfect relationship with your models inside of your OFM agency. As always, it's Money Mace, and I'm going to take you guys through a few little tips and tricks on how I learned to do this, and hopefully throughout the entire of this video show you a few different ways that you might be able to take some information away and implement it into your agency to start seeing better results. Because in all honesty, things start from here. The relationship that you have with the model. If it's poor, she's not going to respect you, she's not going to do any work. If it's good, she's going to be extremely hardworking, get quality content done on time and consistently with no headaches. We are in the business of creating solutions, not problems. And having way too many problems is only going to slow down your progress. You want to be working with hardworking models. So here is what I'm doing to put every single probability in your favor so that you can now go and excel with your agency. So let's kick things off with the very first point, your first point of contact with the model. And it's from here that you really start setting your frame, you really start setting up the relationship perfectly. Understand that you have the control. And no, this isn't some emotional manipulation, etc. It's just about having basic common respect for each other, understanding and making that clear so that you can get the best out of your working partnership. What is the point in working with a model if you're going to be trying and providing her all of these results, doing what you can on your end, if she simply doesn't hold up her end of the bargain? So when you first get introduced to her, right? So now we look at, how did she actually get introduced to you? How is she a model that has signed to your agency? Did you outreach her from your personal page? Did you outreach her from a model page? Has she come from a referral? Let's look at it from the first one. Have you outreached to her? If you've outreached to her and you say, look, hey, whatever you did to sign her, this isn't a signing models video. She's come on board, she's come through your onboarding. When you are on the phone with her, about to sign her to your agency, this is when you need to start setting guidelines, responsibilities and deliverables clear from the start so that it does not get misconstrued down the line. You need to explain, okay, well, how do you best work? So say for example, you've gone through the signing call and now you're onto a next call, which is how I would recommend to do it, a bit more of an introductory call with more personalized roadmap for herself. So on this call is where you start to get a real feel for her. I would recommend maybe having a video call with her, because then you have another sort of level of I nearly crashed the car, boys. Then you have another sort of level of intimacy with her, so she sees you're a real person behind the account, running her up. If you're too shy to, just get on the phone. But make sure that on these calls as well, you act not only professional, but in a friendly manner. You've got to remember, females are creatures of emotion, just as some men are. So communication is, like, above all else, one of the biggest changing factors to your relationship with her. And how well you communicate, how you can handle stressful situations or situations as a whole, how you can speak to her and how she likes to be spoken to, etc. Some models you need to be more harder on, some models you need to just let them get to their own devices and crack on with it and not micromanage them. On some models you need to just set the tone very clearly, and if they are shit, get rid of them. So communication, like I said from the start, is very clear. So on this call, you're going to get to know her a little better. You need to know the models a bit more personally. What's going on in their personal lives. Are they busy? Do they have other commitments? How are they as people? Spending a little bit more time with them on the call in this early stage will enable you to start to understand how you can better approach her in order to get the most out of your working relationship. If you are there, if she's super busy, she's got kids or whatever, and you're there on her throat every single day, we need this, we need that, and then she's going through some problems, it's not going to work out. And some of the feedback, so I had a mentee with this exact problem. It was like, oh, I want the model to do content every single day, but they only needed like a little bit of content each day. Your model doesn't need to do 8 hours of work every single day. She's doing some crazy live strategy, but then just pre-record it and try and help her out a bit, get better with your tech. So he was having a problem. The model was like, oh, she was getting lazier because he was asking for more work. And you know what the problem that I proposed to him was? The solution I proposed to him, I was like, bro, why don't you take your foot off the gas? Instead, propose her 2 intensive working days where she does work for 8 hours for those days, and she gets every single thing done. Did that, bro, for the next 4 weeks, she scaled her account immensely, bro. The quality of content was insane. They were so much happier. She was gassed with the results, even when I think they had a slower period to begin with, because obviously things went a bit slower during this period where she was reluctant to work. She had that slow period, but she was just happier overall because it was in line with what she wanted. So you have to be a bit of a harsher manager sometimes, but then you also have to adhere to the model's needs and capabilities. So another thing for this is, like, obviously if you are highly communicative, write everything down so it's all clear cut, so there is something to go and refer back to. So it's not like, oh, we had a call about it and then everyone's expected to remember everything from the call, and now you're going to go ahead and write it all down. Get an AI note taker, whatever you need to do. And like I always say above all else, stay professional, but you do need to stay friendly. So a lot of the models that I had when I was back in Manchester, we would often actually go and see them. I would see them passing by oftentimes, and you just be a really polite individual. I'm not saying you have to meet your models in every scenario. I have a lot of online models who are extremely successful with a pure remote relationship, but it's about now how I tackle with them, how I tackle them relationships in order to get the most out of it. And I would say one of definitely the biggest things is how communicative I am, how friendly I am on the phone, how I actually dive a little bit deeper into these models' lives when I am on the phone asking about their personal livelihood. It's not just work, so I seem like a, what's the word? Like they're my slaves and I'm absolutely whipping them to get back to work. We don't have no time to talk and have some jokes, and it helps if you've got a bit of charisma. I see a lot of guys these days are plainer than a piece of naan bread, and no wonder these models get bored of you, because you're asking for her to do all of this work in a monotone accent, like a boring motherfucker. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, this is some like higher level tips of the game. Be a bit funnier and your model will stick around. Like, I know models that have stuck around with agencies purely because they just like the manager. They aren't even achieving as good results as they could achieve with a bigger and better agency, but they just like the guy that they're with. So that's a huge one. So communication, etc. Same with money as well. Obviously girls are in this for the business of making money, let's be real. Like, no girl, like, well, there is some girls who do, but super enjoys just fucking themselves on cam for the sake of it. Now, everyone is here on Onlyfans to make some money, and so you have to understand that, and that's the priority and the goal. So you have to have catch-ups, be very clear with the money, to explain to them what's going on, where are things at, etc. And in regards to that, what are you doing as an agency? This is what I always say as well. One thing about communication is I'm very open with my model. I even get stressed when I don't tell them what I'm doing for them, in order so that I'm trying to help them scale up so they can see. Because if you're very like holding back information with a model, like you're secretive about your operations, you don't know how to steal them, or you want to seem a bit mysterious, or you're going to be like, oh, this fucking weasel, he ain't done nothing for an entire week, and you might have been building new IG accounts, you might have been starting Reddit accounts, and you know what, you might not have had some success, right? You might need to jump inside of OF Money and shout Money Mace for the course on exactly how to scale up a model properly. And you know what, she's just going to think, oh, this kid didn't even try it. I say this kid, this adult, this man, this whoever, right? Whoever you are, it might be a female watching this, and you say like, he's not even trying. So if you say, oh, look, we've got like 3 Reddit accounts in the pipeline, here's the link to them, they're just being warmed up. We've got this IG account that we're running growth to, so like you can see like, okay, right, so we're actually running some Baypay shout outs and promotions on our behalf for you. It's like she seems like you're investing a little bit into her. But also, going back to the main point, was actually just because of, let me see what looks better. You can still see me. So going back to the main point, but actually just like being open and honest about where, like, what's going on with the money. This always helps, because that's literally why the model's here. Like, talk to them about the results. If their results have increased 30% week on week, their subscribers increasing, let them know this. And even if they act like they don't give a fuck, they probably do, and they will appreciate you just letting them know this stuff anyway. So being super clear, sharing reports, and even trying, so with your agency as well, another high level tip is try and make this a little bit more structured. Maybe every Friday you send out a report, and this will keep you accountable as an agency as well. If you're sending out reports each week and the results are going down, well, that's not going to look very good on your behalf, so it keeps you accountable of that as well. The content itself, so say you've sent her an extremely lengthy content plan, right, and she's maybe new to OF, or she doesn't really know exactly what to do. You need to very like in detail describe, maybe you have to make up a Loom video explaining how she needs to do this content. Maybe you send some example, like perfect example content to replicate, and you actually make a Loom video to explain and break down these videos so that she's super clear on it. This is exactly what I used to do. That's what I still do to this day with some of the models, except obviously we now have an assistant to do it. And make very simple, clear-cut, clean schedules that is in line with the model's personality and capabilities. So if my model's only got a few days a week to work, that's all we really need from her anyway. Like, one good day trumps fucking 100 half-assed days, where she's like super motivated, she knows what she's got to do, she goes into the day super clear. We have a call in the morning on the day, or we have a call the day before on the day, and she gets into it. Maybe she gets herself into a little tizzy during the day, she's like, oh fuck, it's not going well, I'm having a bad makeup day. Tell her it's okay, it don't matter, look, let's reschedule for another day. Or sometimes you have to be the masculine figure in their life sometimes. Like, look, like, pull your finger out here, like, look, you look fine. Not you look fine, tell her she looks beautiful. Oh, give her a little compliment, raise her self-esteem. Sometimes a lot of these girls, they don't have a masculine figure in their life, so that you have to be that one to lean on, the shoulder to cry on sometimes. And that really helps, especially with model retention, if they can be there. Obviously, you have to respect your own time and don't just be a fucking simp for this model for the sake of keeping her, especially if she's not doing anything significant. If she is working, if she's a high potential model, then definitely invest the time and attention into her. And so here's some ways that you can fix your problems. If you feel like you are not talking enough to the model, then schedule in some times that you should consistently call. With a lot of my models, I have a weekly call with them. I'll literally just jump on, and even if we have nothing productive to talk about, because everything's going smooth, everything's scaling up, going well, I'll just have a general catch up. All right, love, how's your week? What's going on in your personal life? Maybe they've got some problems. Girls always have problems. I'll listen to them. I'll try to offer some solutions. Whatever it is, right? And just being a bit nicer about these things will help with your model respecting you and thinking of you in a kind of like, when your name comes to their mind, do they think, oh wow, what an amazing guy, yeah, fuck, I was meant to do this thing for him. I say for him, it's for her really, for her accounts boosting up. And will she do it? Or does she think, oh, this arsehole, this boring, bland motherfucker? So think about that. Perception is reality. How they think of you is how it really is in their life. Feeling tired, so they're coming up with excuses. You need to get to the root of the problem. I actually did an entire another YouTube video on that, which I'm going to link up here or up here, however that works. You can see exactly what to do if you have a lazy model. So go ahead and check that one out. I literally break that down in full detail. So like I say, low motivation, you can do it with scheduling and just really diving deep into the model. And this all literally basically comes back down to the communication. If you have good communication with your model, she's going to respect you more. She's going to understand things a lot better, like I say, in regards to the content. And make sure that you are consistently reviewing these roadmaps that you're building out for her. She needs to be on the same page as you. Otherwise, what the hell is this partnership even for? So I'm pretty much coming to the end of this video now. I just wanted to drop a bit of like raw value for you guys on some takeaways that you can implement to your agency right away, on how to keep a good client model relationship and some of the conversations there. Look, if you need conversation starters, ask ChatGPT, ask Claude if you're a bit nervous, if you're getting new into this game. Even hell, my main tip for you is reps. Go and have a few calls with your models. If you've got some models on your roster right now and you feel like your relationship isn't super great and you feel like it can be better, then have a few more calls with your models, schedule some calls and just get through them. Right now I'm extremely confident to talk with a model on a call because I can start, because even if I haven't even prepared, bro, I'll jump on there and I smoke it, because you have to also, let me go back to, let me tell you about something that trumps this entire video, and I wish I told you guys to stick to the end because this is the most important point. If you can just go in there with a level of confidence, she will not even question you and she'll respect and understand you so much more. Right, literally nearly wrote off a Kareem driver at the end of this video. So as long as you go in there with the confidence and you actually are confident in what you say and how you speak with the model anyway, you'll be able to perform 10 times better with these models. So, as always, it has been Money Mace. I hope you have found extreme value in this video. I in fact know that you have. So drop a comment below if you like these types of videos. I'm going to make up a bunch more for you guys. And any topics that you also want me to go ahead and speak on and just spill the high level source on, and I can always relay that back to you guys. And hell, you see how many tangents I go off on, you guys get a bunch of, I don't know what the word is, random value in here as well. So go ahead and implement it. Let me know how you get on. If you stay struggling, you know exactly where you can find me. I'm going to leave my links down below. Message me if you need some extra guidance and help regards OF money. And hell, if you're even just stuck and struggling in life, just check out some of my other videos. I'm about to ramp things up tenfold for you guys. So whatever you want to see as well from me, drop it down below in the comments and I'll cook it up for you. It's been Money Mace. Peace out.